Biology Part 125. For example, in liver and muscle cells, cyclic AMP triggered by the adrenaline inhibits the enzyme needed for formation of glycogen and activates the enzymes needed for glycogen breakdown, thereby increasing the availability of glucose for respiration. Many other hormones use cyclic AMP as the second messenger to do the same, and they are summarized in the table as well. Number 2 is gene activation. Other hormones, including many steroids, affect their target cells in a different way. And as illustrated in the figure, the hormones molecules cross the cell membrane and combine with the specific receptors, proteins, molecules within the cytoplasm of the cell. The hormone receptors complexes formed enter the nucleus and act directly in DNA of the target cells, triggering the transcription of the messenger RNA from a specific gene. The target cell makes a specific protein and consequently produces the response appropriate to the particular hormone. The details of the gene equilibrium, the details of the gene activation in the hormonal receptor complex have not been determined, but one possible mechanism would be similar to that of the optinine system, which is described in the tutorial. You should refer to the tutorial and follow through the processes outlined there, and it will explain you the more details that you can have there. As we go ahead, we talk about the structure and function of muscles. Well, the movement is a basic characteristics of a living organism, and it is particularly important for animals, many of which search routinely, and important for animals, particularly many of which search actively for food, and shelter or for mating partners. Plants and some single-celled organisms like amoeba and Pyrrhuticum and the others are able to move without muscles, but in most multicellular animals, specialized muscle tissues have been developed. This forms about 40% of the body mass in mammals and other vertebrates. Well, the main type of muscles are distinguished in vertebrates. The skeletal muscles are attached to the bones of the skeleton and are adapted for the rapid, powerful connections resulting in body movement. They are unconsciously controlled from the motor cortex of the brain, and the visceral muscles occur in the body organs like intestine and are controlled by the autonomous nervous system. Well, their contractions are slower and more sustained, as is the peristalsis. Cardiac muscles found exclusively in the heart is specialized for rhythmic concentration and producing of an efficient pumping action. Of course, 3 types of skeletal muscles is most abundant, and in the following section we are going to discuss their structure, their functions, and how they actually perform. So we'll start with the skeletal muscle in our next video.